What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. You're here with Allie at the Bohemian Rainbow headquarters, and I thought we would do something a little cozy and sweet today because it's Sunday. I know we're all getting our reset vibes in, and what better way to reset than to start your week off with a positive message. So I thought, let's just hang out, and I'm going to give you some thoughts I had today, some feelings, some inner knowings from the universe and myself, and I think somebody needs to hear this today. So let's dive right in. So we've all heard of the phrase, life's a bleep and then you die, right? Kind of bleak, but also scarily true. That being said, I think there's one really important thing that we all need to do to make the process easier, because it's not. And since our impending death is impending, since we could die at any moment, we need to learn how to embrace the fact that life's a bleep. It's not always easy. In fact, I feel most of the time it's been quite difficult. The one thing that has been a game changer for me is having some compassion for yourself, because this shit ain't easy. I don't know if I can cuss on YouTube. I need to figure that out. But anyway, so we're gonna have some compassion for ourselves, and I want you to really sit and listen to this message, because some of you might be like, what is that gonna do? But guess what? It's gonna change your life, okay? And I know that for a fact, because it's the one thing that I've had for myself that has made me more inspired, more loving, more connected. And don't tell me that all of y'all love yourselves fully yet, okay? Because that's what I'm here for. I can teach you guys how to do that. And the first step to do that, and to get through this crazy life without crashing out every freaking day, is to have some compassion for yourself. You know, you inherently deserve rest. You are born with that right. You don't have to earn that right. You don't have to get everything done right now. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it figured out. You just gotta love yourself through the process. You gotta love yourself through the process, and you have to have compassion for yourself, because guess what? None of us have this figured out. We're all human. We're all connected. We're all figuring it out together. You know? And you know, it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be consistent. But the one thing that can be consistent is how you treat yourself through the process. So I want to give you guys a personal example so you can see how this practice is in action. So yesterday, I was feeling a little lonely and anxious, and I wanted to get out of the house. So I went to downtown, got myself some drinks, and bar hopped for a while. Nothing crazy really happened other than me spending more money and getting a little bit drunker than I initially wanted to. But when I woke up at 5 a.m. today, my body hot from processing the drunkenness, a half-drinking soda on my nightstand, and my teeth unbrushed from Filiberto's last night, I felt a little shitty. As soon as I felt that feeling of guilt and shame, I reframed. I was still laying in bed and resting, so I did what I could to reframe the energy before I started my day, and I put on a cortisol healing soundtrack on YouTube. I basked in the glory of my kitty making biscuits on me, put on my rainbow kitty face mask, and I allowed myself to relax. Because why would I shame myself for feeling lonely and anxious yesterday and wanting to get out of the house? Why would I shame myself for desiring connection and fun? Because that's the root of it. Obviously, I'm not condoning reckless decisions, dangerous behavior, treating people poorly, or anything along those lines. But what I'm saying is that sometimes it's not as serious as we make it for ourselves. Sometimes our biggest critic is ourselves. So in that moment, I took care of myself and I changed my mind. I even got up early and started my day with a self-care shower. And guess what? After all that angst I started with, I knew I transmuted the energy when I went on my drive to work, and it was the most beautiful drive I've had in forever. The sun was still freshly rising. The weather was fairly nice considering it's 100 million degrees in Arizona right now. The mountains were beautiful. The music sounded amazing. But if I let my shame, my guilt, my angst take over, instead of regulating it in that moment, instead of having some fucking compassion for myself and saying, hey, it's okay. You had a fun time. Why are you guilty? So what? You spent a little extra than you wanted. So what? You got a little more drunk. You made it home safe. You'll budget better next week, and you're gonna be okay. There's no reason to punish ourselves. What really helps me in these moments is reminding myself that we're all freaking human. We're all connected, and that's a good thing because it means we all go through this shit together. The more compassion we have for ourselves, the more compassion we can have for others, the more we can make this world a better freaking place. You're gonna be soft with yourself. So when you're feeling overwhelmed by emotions that are heavy, emotions that are difficult to move through, emotions that make you feel stuck in your body or stuck in fight or flight, when you start to feel that way, you're gonna be soft with yourself. You're gonna imagine your inner child. Literally close your eyes and imagine your inner child, and you're gonna give them what they need in that moment. Do they need a freaking hug? Do they need to be reassured and told that it's gonna be okay? Do they need a playful laugh? What does that inner child need? Just tell them, hug them, play with them, whatever you need in that moment, because at the root of it all, that's who's screaming when you're feeling that way. I know mental health is a lot more complex than that, but this is a really healthy practice no matter what. And connecting to your inner child is so important. And I do feel like a lot of the times the root of these feelings is because we're not feeling safe about something. If you imagine you as a child, it's a lot easier to have compassion and give yourself the love and the support that you need, because who would want to criticize a child the way that we criticize ourselves sometimes, you know? Again, I know there's a lot of nuance to mental health. I'm not dismissing or disregarding the fact that a lot of times it's a lot easier said than done. I'm sending you love if you're struggling. Feel free to comment if you need support. We can't change what life throws our way, but what we can work on changing is our perspective, because your beliefs are everything. Your mindset is everything. You are everything. I feel like we, as humans, get in fight or flight because we feel like we have to constantly be working towards something, constantly be productive, constantly be doing this and that and that. Well, guess what? You're already working towards something. Freaking life itself. It's already a lot. So have some grace with yourself. You're gonna get to where you need to be. The only way you're gonna do that is if you have compassion for yourself and trust the journey. Basically, my point is, it's not always gonna be easy. As I said before, we can't control what the universe throws our way. We can't control the mental health problems that many of us struggle with. But what we can control is how we manage ourselves with those things. Just know you're not alone in feeling like it's too much to manage, but do yourself a favor and experiment with this idea of compassion and see where it takes you. And if you're thinking, I can't do that, I've tried, my brain's too strong. Exactly. Your brain is too strong. So tell it how you want it to react. Keep repeating to yourself how you want your brain to respond. Eventually, it'll become a natural thing. Just like it was for me, because I've practiced this for so long. I was able to transmute those heavy feelings this morning and turn my day around. And I feel freaking magical now. Keep practicing, keep compassioning, and keep loving yourself. Believe you can, and you're already halfway there. Anyway, guys, I also wanted to do a quick little inner child card pull because this is very inner child vibe today. So I figured why not leave you guys off with a little quick message. These are already shuffled, So let's see what the universe has to say about this topic today and this channeled message. And thank you for listening and watching, and I love you guys. So let's see, universe, what do you want to say in relation to all this? What do you want to tell my lovely people? Whoa, on this beautiful Sunday. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. I don't know why I always feel like these are so powerful. So we got, you are wanted. There is a home waiting within. You are wanted. There is a home waiting within. Okay. Then we have, listen, your inner child has something to say, which is kind of funny because we're talking about that. Your inner child has something to say. And let it go. Let go of all that no longer serves you. I'm gonna actually go ahead and read the guidebook because I'm curious about like how specifically these messages resonate. So we'll start with, you are wanted, there is a home waiting within. So, abandonment is a wound that many of us carry. It is a tender place within us that mourns at the prospect of rejection. Such a sweet heart beats within those who have experienced the pain of being unwanted. Be gentle with yourself in the presence of pain. At our core, we all crave connection and to be drawn into the embrace of a beautiful soul. What the hell? This is why I wanted to read it, because I feel like this totally resonates with everything I was just saying. Oh, I love that so much. Okay. The next one is, listen, your inner child has something to say. Our inner child is comprised of the many different aspects of childhood we experienced growing up. There is 1-year-old inner child, a 10-year-old inner child, an 18-year-old inner child, and an inner child for every age in between. At various times in our lives, different aspects of our inner child will need to be heard. This card indicates that an aspect of your inner child, one you may have not met with yet, has a message for you. Okay. That's cute. I like that. And if you haven't practiced much with visualizing yourself as a child, I feel like this resonates a lot too, you know? And you'd be surprised when you do practice that, like what does come to the surface from your inner child and like what they say to you. It's really cool. So then the next one, the last one is let it go. Let go of all that no longer serves you. And this one says, it is in our nature as humans to hold tightly to what is familiar. Knowing the weight and measure of what we carry can bring us a great sense of comfort. Sometimes the known seems to be the wiser choice compared to the unknown. It is important to be aware that just as a tree shapes itself around a known object that has forced it to take a new path, these things we hold tightly to can also change course of our destiny. If you have pulled this card, then it might be time to reflect on what you need to release. I like that too because it relates to letting go of old beliefs and the way that you speak to yourself if it's not conducive to your health. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, and you are not alone. You are loved, and I hope you enjoy your day, whatever day you come across this. Whenever you see this message, it's meant to find you, and I'm sending you love. Bye.